Okay, now this is Chrysler 200. So we're gonna, I've already got the jack stands under there. Over here is a, let's see if I can get it focused. Over here is the jack stand. And right here is the jack that I'm using to jack it up. And it's interesting that when I was 14, I started working on cars, trucks, mini bikes, motorcycles, tractors, and a bunch of other stuff. And it was right here in this driveway, same driveway that I used to do this back in the 70s when I was 14 or thereabouts. Okay, now this battery is way up under this fender, so I got to get some of this ice out of here. Okay, on newer Chryslers, they have these clips, and I'm going to have to show it inside rather than here. But as I have said before, anything that looks like a clip, they call it a clip in the automotive industry, and that's what these are. Right here, you can see where it goes. Down here also, and you have to get under them with a screwdriver. And then to help you pry it out, once you get it out a little bit, take some pliers or something like this and pull it the rest of the way out. So now here's one right here. Okay, here you can see the construction of it. And as I said, I'm going to show it a little bit later. Okay, here you can see the construction of this clip that I've been talking about. This part right here goes against the fender. And when it comes from the factory, before they put it in, this part right here will be flat, more in a circular shape. And then when you push this in, it spreads these parts of the clip out, and then that keeps it in there in the hole. So now you spread this out once it's flat. Keep spreading it out with your screwdriver and get it to be something like that. These, you can replace them if you want to do that also. Okay, all around the fender there are 7mm bolts. You might consider them screws. So you might have something like this on your cordless drill if you have it. 3/8 inch adapter. Well, when you get done, you should have a whole bunch of clips like this. Now, I took out some of them that I did not need to take out, and I'm going to show you the reason why. Okay, when you get done, here's one of the things that you do not need to take off. This has got a couple of clips in it. Right here. Don't have to take this off. But that's a little corner piece, and this goes on the rear of the wheel well. Now what we're taking off is the wheel well. This goes on the rear of the wheel well near the driver's door, and you don't need to take this off. Here's what we do need to take off. This is near the front of the car, and it actually goes like this on the car. I'm going to blow off all this ice and snow and everything. So this is what the back of it looks like. Also, here's a clip. Here's a clip where one of the screws goes in. And this clip is permanently attached to this piece of plastic. Another thing I find useful is to have a wheelbarrow. No matter how bad it looks, it's good to have a wheelbarrow. That way you can put your parts in it and your tools. Now it's very difficult to see it, but there's this bracket right here. Okay, there's a nut right here. You're going to have to loosen this nut. Also, there's a bolt that goes right here on the other end. This bolt right here. And it's going to fit in right here. Take that out. Alright, now take the battery terminal off. And that's going to be 10 millimeter. You're going to need an extension for that. So you're going to have to take that loose. And then use your screwdriver to get it off, like that. Okay. Then I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this battery out, because there's a terminal that is clear toward the front. Very, very difficult to get to. I'm going to open the hood. See if I can get to it that way. Okay, there's a bolt in here, right down here, right in front of this battery. You have to take that out, and that is 13 millimeter. Make sure you have a good light. Check it out. Should have used a universal in the first place. When these bolts get rusty, before you put them back together, put a little oil on them. Okay, now I've got a 4x4 under it, and then I've got another one that's about 3 inches on top. Okay, now I got to take that other terminal off. Well, unfortunately, I put the new battery in the trunk, and these newer cars, you cannot get into the trunk without having electricity. So hopefully I can pop the trunk now. Before you finish the battery, I put the terminals back on how they were. And before you put the battery all the way in, make sure you put this on, because this has to go on first. This part on the end that I'm showing here, that goes in the top, and then this hole goes in the bottom, and it has to go in like this with this bolt facing you. It cannot go in like this. It has to go in like this. And then to hold it, put this nut back on. All right, now put the battery back in. All right. Make sure that your terminals are on there, because if it doesn't, it won't start. If you don't get them on there, it won't start. Well, hopefully I don't have to take the battery all the way out, because I forgot to put this thing in. It goes like this, with this pin on the top, and this goes down at the bottom. There's a hole that pin I showed. It has to go, that pin has to go in the hole. And then put this very long bolt in here. This battery is about 1 inch taller than the one I did have. And the type of battery that it was, I believe it was 84S. And I got it at Walmart. Make sure you put your universal back on. Well, now the big question is, will it start it? Okay, it's fine. Make sure every bolt is on there before you put the tire back on. And also we got to put that wheel well thing back on. All right, now put the inner fender back on. Put all the hardware back on. All the clips. There's 2 screws, one here and one here. Put those back on. There's one down here, but part of the clip is missing, so I'm not going to worry about that. I lost one of the lug nuts, sweeping it away, trying to clear a spot. Usually if you focus on one of the lug nuts, you'll at least get it on, then you can spin it into position. Something like that. Jack it up, drive it. Make sure that you test drive it. Get your jack stand out. Now on these Chrysler 200s, there's a little space on the rocker panel. This is the rocker panel right here, also called the rocker. Alright, there's a little space underneath of the rocker panel, and you'll see it. It's like a notched out area, and that's where you put your jack. Now if you're all numbers matching and everything, you notice that this new lug nut does not match these others. That's just how I am. It's got the taper on it. It's got the taper right here, and that's good enough for me. So just put it on if you want to. Various manufacturers recommend how tight to make these. I'm going with 120 foot-pounds.